Real revenge stories from Reddit. A family revenge story, the silent partner. She sat there scrolling through her phone like I didn't even exist. Then she looked up and dropped it like it was nothing. I want a divorce. No reason, no warning, just cold. But what she didn't know was that I was already making $500,000 a year, quietly behind the scenes. And the revenge that followed? Oh, it was glorious. If you've ever been cheated on, betrayed by a friend, or underestimated by someone who should have had your back, this story is for you. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and buckle in because this is the ultimate tale of betrayal, silence, and poetic revenge. I remember the exact moment my wife, Brianna, decided to detonate our marriage. I had just walked through the door after a long day, briefcase in hand, mentally already halfway into a hot shower and a quiet evening when she looked up from her phone and hit me with it. Mark, I want a divorce. No emotion, no explanation. Just that. I blinked, stunned. Excuse me. I said, I want a divorce, she repeated, like I hadn't heard her the first time. Her arms were crossed, her eyes cold. I should have been angry, maybe even heartbroken, but all I felt was disbelief at her audacity, after everything we'd been through. And her reason? She needed someone who actually worked. That was the moment it clicked. She had no idea. For years, I had been quietly building my business. What started as freelance projects had turned into a six-figure income. My software consulting firm was thriving. I was making over $500,000 a year. But Brianna? She never once asked about my work. She just assumed I was coasting, thought I was a loser. And now she wanted a divorce because she believed she could do better. All right, I said, setting down my bag. Her face twitched. She hadn't expected that. No shouting, no begging, just calm acceptance. And I could see the gears turning in her head. Good, she said, because I already spoke to a lawyer. You'll need to move out by the end of the month. Move out of the house that I paid for. Unbelievable. But I didn't argue, not yet. If she wanted a divorce, she could have one, but not the way she expected. That night, I lay in bed while Brianna slept soundly beside me, as if she hadn't just detonated our lives. I realized this wasn't about love, or even disappointment, it was about power, control. Brianna wanted to paint me as the reason our marriage failed, the passive, underachieving husband who couldn't keep up. So, I let her believe it. What followed was a slow-motion train wreck. She nitpicked everything, the way I folded laundry, the way I drank my coffee. She was trying to justify the divorce to herself. And then there was Kevin, my best friend. His name kept coming up. First in casual conversation, then more frequently, with a little too much warmth in her voice. Then came the mysterious lunches, the giggles at texts she wouldn't show me. She started dressing up more, disappearing for hours. I wasn't stupid. I saw what was happening, but I didn't confront her, not yet. Let them dig their own graves. One evening, as I packed a suitcase, Brianna leaned against the doorway. So, figured out where you're going to stay yet? She asked, a smug smirk on her lips. I zipped the bag and said, don't worry about me, I'll be just fine. She huffed, clearly irritated by my calm. Good, because Kevin and I are having a dinner party next weekend. It'd be awkward if you were still hanging around in my house. Don't worry, I said as I shouldered the bag. I'll be gone long before then. But what Brianna didn't realize was that she had just lit the fuse at the divorce hearing. She walked in like she was accepting an award, new dress, new nails, that smug smile. Kevin hovered nearby, pretending not to be part of it. She wanted the house, the furniture, and what she assumed was half of my modest savings. I agreed to everything. No argument, no negotiation. She blinked. You're okay with this? It's just stuff, Brianna. Take it. She thought she had one. She thought I was broken, but the house was a rental in my name, the furniture was from IKEA, and easily replaceable, the savings a mere sliver of my true wealth. She walked out thinking she had taken everything. She had no idea she left with nothing. I moved out quietly, left her to celebrate her freedom. Kevin moved in within the week. They threw parties, posted selfies, laughed loudly in public, the performance of happiness, but behind the scenes, the cracks began to show. My silence ate at them. And karma? It was just getting started. They rented that house. Didn't even own it. Bills piled up. Kevin always wanted to fake it till he made it, spent recklessly. He liked the lifestyle, but not the work that funded it. Brianna realized too late that she traded financial security for a fantasy. Then one night, I got a text, "Hey, Mark. Just checking in. Hope you're well." From Brianna. I stared at the screen. The nerve. I replied politely, nothing emotional, just doing great, thanks. Business is booming. She replied instantly, Kevin and I are managing. Things are tight, but we're okay. Translation. They were struggling. Then a week later, I saw her in person, waiting outside my office building, hair undone, bags under her eyes. Mark, she said, uncertainty in her voice for the first time. Things have been hard. I thought we could talk. I'm a little busy, I said, but I hope things improve for you. She smiled, but it cracked at the edges. The mask was slipping. Later, she and Kevin showed up unannounced, walked right into my office. Brianna looked desperate. Kevin, worse for. Where? We need a favor, she said, just a small loan to get back on our feet. I laughed. You left me because you thought I wasn't successful enough. Now you want me to clean up your mess? Kevin tried the buddy act. Come on, man. You don't have to be a jerk. I stepped closer. You slept with my wife and now you want a handout? They stood there, stunned. I opened the door. Get out. But karma still wasn't done. I heard through friends that Kevin had started seeing someone else, younger. Brianna caught him texting the girl and went nuclear, threw coffee at him in a cafe. He moved out. She was left alone, broke, angry, and humiliated. One day, I ran into her at the grocery store. She was pushing a cart full of clearance items. She saw me and froze. Mark, she said, voice trembling. Brianna. She looked like she wanted to say more, but nothing came out, just a nod. Then she turned and walked away. That was the last time I saw her. Meanwhile, my business exploded. I moved into a downtown penthouse with floor-to-ceiling windows. I started traveling, speaking at conferences, investing. My income topped $530,000. I made new friends, reconnected with old ones, and I never had to raise my voice, never had to take revenge. I just lived better. Brianna and Kevin destroyed themselves. And I thrived. Sometimes karma doesn't roar. Sometimes it whispers. And the people who wronged you, they hear it loudest when they think you've gone silent. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and tell us in the comments what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen unfold. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life karma stories because the best revenge is thriving.